Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, so this is the aftermath of the cold last night, a little cold snap we had after our last frost date. Yeah, it was forecast to get down to 30, I think 32. It fluctuated anywhere from 31 to 33. The lowest reading I saw with my weather station I think was 35 even. So maybe even 34, I can't remember. It was like 34, 35 even, something like that. So I'm not expecting any damage, but you never know. I'm gonna leave this on for a little bit until the sun gets up. Um, but yeah, once the sun's kind of up, once it gets kind of maybe up to 40, I will take it off. But let's just take a quick look. I'm like I said, I'm not expecting any damage. I don't see any obvious damage. Yeah, I will know from the buds for a little while. I'm not seeing any obvious damage. The foliage looks fine. Doesn't really look much different. I'm gonna leave this on for now. I think I'll take this off in a little bit. But yeah, so we'll see how the blackberries look in a minute. Like I said, I did a preliminary check earlier this morning. A little after 6:15, something like that. Here's some of the bachelor's buttons, the pansies from my mother-in-law. Random bachelor's button in a crack. Like I said, they kind of self-seeded wherever they felt like it. The bachelor's buttons again, and we have a bloom. Look at that. Really pretty flowers. And like I said, I thought about half thought about trying to thin these out, but it's not worth it. They do fine. Once these are done for the summer and the fall, I just chop them down. I lay them over the bed here, and then they use them as a mulch, and then the seeds kind of fall where they may. I don't even have to plant them. And yeah, so that fills in here. Like I said, I really would like to have, because I have the daffodils over there, I would like to have them over here as well, but the bachelor's button looks so nice, I may try next year doing it over there, which about with the, well, because then I have the daffodils. Do I dig those up? I don't know. Do I dig the daffodils up and put them up here? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what I want to do with those. Maybe do the daffodils and leave the strawberry patch as is and add daffodils where I was going to put, expand the strawberry patch. And that way I could have daffodils going across here and then have bachelor's buttons here and bachelor's button there all summer. I don't know. Because these guys are early. These guys are, you see now, by the time we get to May, they're going to be blooming. They'll bloom all summer. So it would be nice to have those going up both sides. Quick update on the potatoes here. We have, I think everyone has something come up. This one, as you see, that's the variety name. And that's the only one that's come up, I think. Oh, no. There's another, yep, there's the second one there. And there's one more over there, but doesn't like it's come up yet. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But you see they are getting a little progress here. Elbas. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is the Elba, which is supposed to be an improved version of Kennebec. Yep, just one coming up there, as you see. I'm pretty sure this one is a Sharpomira coming up as well. Let me get in here. As you see, there's what, 1, 2, I think just 2 of them coming up, but that looks like a little bit of a soil hill there, so it looks like that's probably the third one over there coming up as well. The onions, this variety is called Candy, I think. They weren't bothered by the cold at all. Yeah, I'll have to give them a little haircut. The peonies looking wonderful. Like I said, I think it was 3 years ago that I dug these up from a neighbor up the street who, I was cutting his lawn one day and he didn't care about the flowers. He said, "Oh, do you mind if I dig them up instead?" And he says, "Yeah, sure." So So I took them, and there were 7 peony tubers, or I don't know, wherever you, I guess they're tubers, yeah. And yeah, they don't, when you dig them and transplant them, they get set back, and it takes a good couple of years. I said the first season when I obviously dug them up, I got nothing. The next year, I got a couple buds, but they kind of fizzled out and then like died. And last year I got one. I guess it's the 4th year. Going into the 4th year, it was longer than I think. I don't know, but yeah, something like that. So the first year or two I got nothing. This might be the 3rd year. That might be when it was. The first year I got nothing. The next year I got like 2 or 3 buds over 7 plants, which developed into nothing. Yeah, and then now this year, look, now they're gonna be. This is really looking nice. I'm excited about these guys this year. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10 buds on this one, so that's good. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get it close here so you can see the color here. That's gonna be like this pinkish, reddish color. But yeah, they are looking really nice. They're gonna fill in nicely here. And this one has a bunch. This one only has 1 here. And you can see that guy right there. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I see on it. That one doesn't have any. That one there in the middle. And that one has 2. So, I mean, they all kind of get the same sun? I mean, these ones are a little further back, so when the sun gets up this way, you know, these ones start to lose it because it gets blocked by the roofs here. But that one's really good, and that one's not good. And the ones in the front, you know, this one I can see guys kind of getting blocked by this one, but it just could be it wasn't as developed, or I was a little rougher with the roots. I don't know, but yeah, they're filling in very nicely. Excited about those guys. The black and blue salvias. I need to get in here and mulch a little bit better. But by the time the peonies are done blooming, the salvias will be kind of going up and taking over. I'm trying to think of something I can put here to raise the plants up. I have these pillars that we got from my mother-in-law. I need to level that though. You see it's kind of, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's kind of leaning toward that way a little bit. But yeah. So that was my idea, to try to get something to raise, get like some tall plant stands or some kind of shelf or something to get them up. Because you see the sun does get by here. I just want to get them so they're raised so the roses don't block the sun from them. That's my idea with that. So then I can use this, instead of putting stuff in ground here, raise it up and put some pots in there. That's my plan for that. The echinacea, leafing out. Yeah, this is I think 3 years removed. I think it's 3 years old, something like that. Again, it's not too long, but it is at least its 3rd season, if not its 4th. So that's doing very well. Was this do I have this thing in here? Yeah. See, this is definitely the Sharpomira. Okay. More onions. Triple cayenne blackberry. I wanted to try one in a pot, just as an experiment. This pot is so heavy, but I may move that over there, because that would be neat having, maybe have that, because that would climb tall. Put that on a stand over there, because even I put it on a lower stand, kind of where, as high as it is now, when it grows, it's going to get tall enough to get sun above the roses. But yeah, so that's what we got so far from that. First year, so I only planted this, a month ago. So that's good. This is a cutting I got. It's got growth there, but I've been checking it. I haven't seen roots. I couldn't help myself. I pulled it out. I haven't seen any roots yet, but once it warms up consistently, who knows? We'll see. All right, this is the blueberries. You can probably no. I'm gonna leave these in here. Well, I'll take one off. I'll take this one off. Let me see what this looks like. I don't think it doesn't look. I mean, it looks all right, I guess. This is the tea plant here. I covered this up. Okay. The sun is going to be coming up soon, so I'm gonna take these covers off. I mean, yeah, I guess it's all right. I don't see any obvious damage. I don't know. All right, and the potatoes, we got them coming up. Yeah, pretty consistently here. Not everyone, but you see one there. You see some there. Yep, there's one. Let's see, in there. There's another one. Let me get it right there. Here. There. I don't think there's one over here yet. Yeah, I don't see any there. And I don't see any. Yeah. I don't see anything on the end here. But there should also be one. There should also be, see, there's the one there and there. There should be one in the middle here somewhere that's not up yet. And then there should be at least one here and one back in that corner. But we will see. So yeah. The green onions from last year, I do want to probably pull these out today. Because I want to plant new green onions in there. I've got a variety. I think it's called something red. So yeah, the base, which is normally white, is like a red. So that's what I'm going to try today. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It's all cold out. Oh, I got to bring the bok choy back out. So that may not be in the video. But yeah, there's another one, another potato. Only one coming up, but you see every area where I planted them at least has some coming up. And there's another one. This one has all three. Yeah, all three. See the two big, you can really see them, and then there's one over there where you can see another one. One of the triple crowns I got in the ground, blackberry, coming up. There's the other one, also triple crown coming up. What do we got here? Oh yeah. Let me lift this up. Now this area, this could just because of the sun. It's not as warm, but yeah, see there's one coming up here, but then nothing else. And then one coming up there, but then nothing else in this bed. And this one has a lot here. This one came up first, you see, it's got the most growth. There's another one. They're really coming up. There's just more. There's another one, another one, another one, and there's another one over there. But then in this whole area, there should be two more, kind of like one in the middle and then one in the end here, which have not come up. Now here's the blackberries. Let me look. Now, I don't know if you remember from last time, I was having a problem with some yellowing leaves, which you can kind of see here. It is noticeably better, I guess. I mean, the leaves don't look so healthier, but they do look greener. So, and you remember over here, it was very bad. They do look better. Now the foliage, let me look at it. I mean, it kind of looks all right. I don't see any obvious cold damage. There was a little incident here. The Primocane, the new Primocane, which is current year's growth, this just came up this year. This one snapped. You see where it's all red there, that cane right there? It snapped right there. You can kind of see it right where it got snapped right there. I don't know. Was it a critter walking around? Was it wind? I don't know. But yeah, so it got pruned a little early. I mean, you'd want it at least 2-3 feet before it gets pruned, but I'm hoping that one of the canes lower down comes up and that'll be a new cane. Maybe it'll start producing laterals earlier. So, it is what it is. I can't do anything with it now. But that is I think the only cane that I see coming up for that one. This one is growing like crazy. I don't know where they were the last time, but you can see the two big canes right here. You can get a better angle here. Those two, they're now up to the original tomato cage height. And I mean, they're growing a couple inches a day, like an inch a day, if not more. So yeah, that one there is going on the other side of the trellis, which is fine. I'm gonna try it once it goes a little bit more. I'm gonna see if I can train it to stay inside. Although for aeration, I guess it would be better to go outside. But they're looking good, so getting some good height on those. And then, like I said, once they get probably to about the fence here, I'm going to tip prune those, maybe a little above the fence, which would be 4 foot, maybe 4.5 foot. I will prune those so we can get some more laterals on those, because then those will flower next year. But you see they're covered in buds, absolutely covered in buds. So yeah, each of these little clusters, say here, 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 there, and you see all those hopefully will be fruit. So yeah, I like this one. Look at that. Look at it. Right? All those little random little buds will be fruit. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this cold doesn't set them back too much. This is the cane. This is a runner from, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming this one because it's closer to it. But this will be kind of like a new plant. So about a foot high, so that's doing good. And it's, like I said, it would be ideal if it was a few inches back to keep it away from the walking path here, but it's doing pretty good. So yeah, I did add a soil drench of that iron, chelated iron or whatever. It was supposed to help, quick fix for chlorosis, the iron deficiency, which is what ChatGPT seemed to think this was. So hopefully once the weather warms up, it'll give the sulfur a little more time to work to acidify the soil here, because blackberries prefer acidic soil. So we'll see what happens. Now these are Charpomiras and rose gold. See, the back row is the rose gold. I know it's covered in some mulch there. But yeah, you see there's, let me lift this up. All right, down there, there's a couple coming up. And there's some coming up there. And then here, there, and here. I think there should be one more over here, but maybe I just put two here. I thought there would be one over here, but I don't see it yet. I don't think it's under that leaf there. But as you see, they're mostly coming up. And the lovage still looking nice. This is praying also. This they we're reading online could get 6-7 foot tall. I don't know if it will here, but we'll see what happens. This is probably going to be beans and corn, which I guess is kind of a. Isn't that the Three Sisters? I don't know. I never paid attention to that too much, but yeah. There's my bird feeder, our bird cam. What do we got over here? The Triple Crown. Neither one of these, like I said, this is not really a good area. I may take this out and put more beans here, since I have done beans and edamame here, and they did okay. No, like I said, I already have enough, so I may just put, I may take these out. I don't know if I really wouldn't even want to move them. Just get rid of them. I have nowhere to put them. So if I don't see anything soon, I may take it out and just save this space for more beans. Because then I got that on-deck corn I want to try here. Yeah, see what happens. Now I took out most of my sunchokes I put some here. So we'll see what happens with those. I don't see any of them come up. I did it really late. I just kept putting it off and never got around till recently. I think it was 2 weeks ago I did them, but I don't see anything coming up from them. But I realized I don't need as many of them, even though I like them. And if eventually we move someday, I will do a larger patch of them, just because even kind of just go wild, because you can like constantly have just food available if you would need them. You know, just kind of let them go wild in an area. Yeah, there's that. And then, yeah, and you look here, more potatoes. Potatoes galore. This one, all three came up. I don't remember which one these are. Every year I send them to mark them, and I don't. I kind of know some of them, but yeah. This one, I have the covers on it, but you can, here, let me take this off. There's another one. This one, that one, all three. That first one had all three coming. There's 3 in each grow bag. This one has 2 coming up. You can kind of see it there. This one, yep, this one has all 3. Now that, because that purple edge, I think that's the Harvest Moon. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what I got. I can't all remember. Maybe next video I'll get up a list of all the varieties I have. Harvest Moon, the Macaw Rosette, the German Butterball, the Sharper Mira, the Sharper Una, Elba, the Butte, I don't know. But that one has 3. And this one has none. Yeah. This one has none coming up. So, I mean, could just be the variety, because some of them I only have 3. So if that's one that is not anywhere else, that would explain that. Look, here, it looks like some squirrel damage over there. But you said potatoes are kind of resistant. I still protect them, but you see, like, potatoes growing 4 or 5 inches down. So, you know, unless they actually nibble on the leaves, they're pretty resistant. So I'm not worried about them. That's why I'm kind of leaning into them. The squirrels kind of won the fight. I mean, I still protect things as I can, but yeah. I'm getting kind of long with the video here, I just noticed. But preliminary cold spell result, promising. It is supposed to get up to, I don't know, maybe 50 something today. So yeah, I don't see any for sure damage, but may not see anything. See, like look here, this, I mean, that's just could be the way it was. That could be something nibbling on it. Just see right there, that wasn't even a bud. But they don't look too bad, and like I said, most of them are still mostly tight. Some of them are starting to open. Some are open, some are kind of open. But you see a lot of them are still green, which is, they're more, you know, more protected when they're still green. They're not quite as vulnerable, which there's still quite a few are. So I expect still to get a pretty decent harvest, as long as I can keep the plants healthy, which you see, like this one is having a little problem, which could be a pH issue. I don't know. I really, probably this summer, if not sooner, I'll try to get a soil test done. I keep saying I will, and I put it off because I'm just lazy. But I would like to get a soil test just to see, especially for these guys, for this bed here, because it's an obvious, there's some kind of issue going on. And I also would for like the rest of the garden, you know, really, I mean, everywhere, here, over here, just so I know, you know, for general plants. And this area here is going to be my blackberry patch. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to put anything else here, so I'm going to amend it for blackberries. So acidic soil and anything else, any other micronutrients that blackberries may like. Usually when you send it into places, you know, you can find a recommendation of what to add and how much to add. All right, well, that's it for now. I don't have the bok choy. That's inside the house, but maybe I'll do a little short later. They're doing well. They're about 1 inch tall now, maybe 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. So I may transplant them tomorrow if it's a little warmer, and their own individual pots, and All right, that's it. See you next time. Oh yeah, don't forget, share, like, subscribe, all that. Eventually, someday, I would like to get monetized and lean a little more seriously into this. But if you can, and you have watched my video, again, share, like, subscribe, comment below. Let's start something here. And maybe this is my place. Maybe this is my place as I get older, is gardening and giving advice and sharing experiences. Okay? All right, see ya.